your new summer job. I'm here to talk to you some of the things that you can expect to see in your first week here and help you start this new and exciting career path. You're actually our first guard to work at this location, but this job should be fairly easy. Nothing really goes on during the night except for robbery, pranks, and etc. But we really haven't experienced any of those things. But to be aware, the animatronics do walk around at night and during the day to keep your servers from locking up. So don't worry about the place as haunted. Now that being said, if you're ever trying to find where the people are, they pretty much want to entertain you. You know, they don't want to hurt you. Also, you have 2 things to maintain. Well, more likely 3. You have flashlight, power, and the mask is toxic, so you don't wear that for too long. So that's also one thing to maintain is your oxygen. And I don't think you also want the place going dark. Also, that being said, please keep the power generated at all times. They currently cannot afford proper power just yet. Now, to welcome you to this job, we gave you an empty Freddy head, but during development of the building, I think some dust and other toxic type things may have gotten into it. So I don't think it's a good idea to wear for too long. Well, I think that's it. You should be golden. Check the lights, make sure nobody gets in, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Hello? Hello?
See, I told you your first night wouldn't be a problem. By now you might have noticed the music box in one of the party rooms. That is brand new. They just moved into the building 3 days ago. That is a replacement for the gift-giving animatronic that we used to have here. He kept the kids happy until one day a kid came and tore him apart. But he is stored in the basement, so he shouldn't be able to wander around. And the part that scares me about the puppet thing, it can go anywhere. So to prevent that, just wind up the music box and it should hold in place for about a few seconds. The animatronics have been also acting really strange lately. The CEO assumed there was a glitch in the system. They don't know how badly the glitch is or what it can exactly cause yet. But I'll update you whenever they find out. Don't worry. Before they even opened up the place, they had a yellow suit instead of a brown one. The yellow one was supposed to be Freddy. But you can see dust marks so very easily on the yellow one. So the CEO switched it to a brown one, and the yellow suit happened to be right in the storage basement. I'll be honest, I think the CEO has OCD or something. Anyways, that's his problem. I'll let you go back to work. Have a good night, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Hello? Hello? Oh, hey, I'm your new boss here. I'm going to be taking over these phone calls from now on, since the old guy, quite frankly, had no idea what he was talking about. So let's get you up to speed on things. You know about the whole wear the Freddy mask in case some of the robots stumble into your office thing. Flash your light with Foxy, who pops up, then the music box, right? Well, what your former boss didn't tell you was, the East Hall generator works way different. See, we've noticed Freddy, for some odd reason, attempts to tamper with it. I would guess the first time he shows up, the power will go out for a little bit. The next time he does, it'll go out for good. To fend him off, keep flashing your light on him whenever you see him in East Hall. Or if he shows up in front of your office, use the audio lure button on your tablet to lure it away. You can't miss it, it's bright blue. That reminds me, we have two other robots here you might not have seen yet. There's Kitty Fazcat, another gift-giving robot, and Doug the dog. Kitty likes to climb on things, so there's a good chance she might try to get into the vent above your office. If she does, use the audio lure to get her out, and wear the mask if you see her in your office. Doug, however, you've got to use your audio lure as the mask won't fool him. Not sure why that is. Maybe it's facial recognition technology. That's faulty. Oh, two more things before I head off. First, there's another robot in the parts room, as I found out. Apparently, it's the very first animatronic this company ever had. Everyone in the building was acting weird when I wanted to go see it for myself. They told me it should not and will not hurt, so it shouldn't be any trouble for you. Secondly, the whole thing about the yellow Freddy in the basement, that was Fredbear. You know, the main mascot of Fredbear's? I found out he went missing after an incident in this establishment's past. Your old boss was turned down. It's a shame Fredbear went missing, because what the other employees told me, it loved him. You think you see him in your office, you're probably just seeing things. Maybe throwing that mask on and off will get the air flowing in you again. Well, that's all I have for you tonight. Hopefully this is better than my old job. See you tomorrow.
Dum